folks, welcome to Legacy IAS. In today's video, we'll be looking into the administrative part of your Khilji Dynasty. Alright, let's get into the video. Now, see now when we say about a Khilji, the most prominent rulers being your Jalaluddin Khilji, Alauddin Khilji. Yes. Now, what happened was, even though the Sultan was illiterate, alright, he patronized a lot of poets in the name of your Amir Khusro. Right now he was considered as the living parrot. Alright, and also you see with respect to your Khiljis, a good number of historians are also present. Okay, now they are also credited for, that is, your Khiljis are also credited for building your gateway to Alai Darwaza, Horse Course, okay, and Alai Minar, right, multiple of architectures also. Alright, Alauddin Khilji had adopted the title of Sikandar I Azam. Right, he gave, this is very important for you as to who gave the title, okay, that Amir Khusro, again parrot of India, was your Alauddin Khilji. Alright, the notable works of Amir Khusro is very important. Alright, and also one important thing when you look into the administration is, even though Delhi Sultanate, alright, even though it is Delhi Sultanate, alright, but they did involve non-Turks or non-Turkish people into the administration. This was very important, okay. And also if you see with respect to your Alauddin Khilji, right, now he was the first person, okay, to bring in the concept of salary in the form of cash. Okay, further down the video we will see how, where, was it good or was it a very redundant step and all those things. Okay, now look at this. One thing, your Alauddin Khilji, mainly if we have to look at your Khiljis, okay, theory of kinship was very secular, and also, okay, now divine rights of king, that is, whatever the king does, the king is the living walking god on earth concept, okay, was highlighted. Divine rights of king, okay, that is equating king to God or equating the king's actions to God's actions. Okay, now look at this. Kingship knows no kinship. Okay, also look at this. This lawful or unlawful, I do whatever I think to be the good for the state. Okay, this indicates how the approach was. Alright, now how was the military structure under your Khiljis? See, Alauddin was the first, Khilji was one of the first sultans to form a large permanent standing army. Now when you're keeping someone as permanent, which means you have to pay them salary, right? Now when you have to pay them salary, you can either give it in kind or in cash, but Alauddin Khilji made sure he gave it in cash. Okay, so much so that, see, with this cash they could buy stuffs what they wanted. Also, when they are giving cash, right, let's assume they are giving 100 rupees. The prices of commodities are 200 rupees, then what is the point of this 100 rupees? No, right? So he has to make sure that this also is in check, which means here Alauddin Khilji made very much sure that the commodities are fair priced. Okay, the commodities are fair priced. This was very important, and he was the first, one of the very first sultans in Delhi Sultanate to make sure your commodities were fair priced, and also he appointed officers for it, to make sure, yes, whether this is happening in a right way or not. And for the implementation, he even kept spies to see whether is it the same price they're selling or not. Understanding? Now, we discussed about the cash concept. One more thing is, they were winning over a huge amount of expeditions they were undertaking. One important thing for that, it is the horses. Fine branding of horses was seen. Now look at this, chehra or dag. Dag is nothing but branding of horses. Good fine quality horses were imported from Central Asia, and also the horses were branded. Whoever soldiers, like as we mentioned, long permanent standing army, So for this he also mentioned, okay, there is something like a roll call, just to keep a tabs on the soldier. Alright, so it was more accountable in nature. What is it? Accountability we can see. Alright, he made sure there was good amount of efficiency. Okay, and he was very strict to make sure that yes, the reviews of the army was constantly taken. Next, how was the market reforms? This is where it's very important. See, he was one who first set foot to control the markets and price regulating. Okay, and also see, he established separate markets for each things. For example, there was a grain market, cloth market, or groceries market. Another thing was for your horses, cattle, slaves. Again, slave trade pretty much there, and also market for miscellaneous commodities. Right? So there's a different market for different things. So this is very important. Cash was considered as the first primary payment of salary, and also if cash has to come, then whatever tax he was levying in the form of land tax, okay, or land revenue, that also he collected in the form of cash. So he could pay that as salary to your soldiers. Understanding? Now, just to make sure the implementation of the markets, commodities, everything is as per, okay. Now, he set up a superintendent, okay, to make sure it is running as per what the Sultan has ordered, and also this huge number of intelligence officers and spies to make sure whether it is working effectively or not. Alright, then also he set up different departments to make sure whether market is, okay, regulated as per the command. Okay, for that the department was Diwani Riyazat. Okay, and there was also a specific officer to look after that. Okay, and also any merchant who was making sure that yes, he was going to the market, sell anything, he has to register himself. Again, what does this speak about? Accountability. See, he could hold the people accountable not just by making sure or bringing a law, but also making it to be implemented. So, law was also brought in, implementation was also there. Whether this implementation is happening or not, for that he had spies and intelligence, okay, agencies, just to make sure that this whole system is efficient. Now, if you consider the intoxicants, sale of liquor, those were prohibited, gamblings were again banned. Okay. Now, when we come to the land administration, one fifth of the produce was taken as tax, and also it was in the major payment is through cash. But again, if they are going to put the tax would be based on your measurement of land. There was also taxes on house and pasture lands. Alright, now coming to your Mongol invasion was left to each and every sultan, because that was a major menace at that period of time. The domestic policies of Alauddin Khilji specifically, he followed the divine right theory of kingship as we have discussed earlier. One more thing is, see, you all have the concept of gifting, okay, free lands for spiritual purposes. Yeah, he used to snatch away all those lands too. Okay, and he was very much against black marketing and hoarding. Okay, at any point of time during famines or any other things, okay, you cannot just keep making profit by making while the society is struggling. All right, now look at this. One other thing was his policies were discriminatory towards a section of Indian community, that is your Hindus. Okay, and there was also particular taxes imposed such as your jizya and all, like your Alauddin Khilji. Alright, whereas the same cannot be told about your Jalaluddin Khilji. He is considered more of a tolerant or liberal person. Alright, and that's it for the administration of your Khilji Dynasty. If you do like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.